Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Solo React Talk. This afternoon, I'm going to be reacting to a video requested by multiple people. It's called 1000 Player Build Massive Civilization in Minecraft, made on the Ish YouTube channel. Yes, this is in connection with 1000 Players Simulate Civilization Rich and Poor. If you guys want to check out my reaction to that video, the card is going to be at the top, as well as other related point of views from the Rich and Poor experiment will be at the top as well. The playlist card, you'll find it at the top. And yeah, let us check out this one, which I think it's around 3 or 4 years old, so it's not new, it's kind of old, but you know, it's still going to be the same sort of action-packed, political, meandering, civilization building and conflict, excitement or extravaganza. Yeah, it's still going to be quite similar to Rich and Poor. And yeah, let us start with it. Remember, if you want to check out the original video as well as Ish's YouTube channel, the links are going to be in the description below. And let us start. 3, 2, 1. Go.
In the biggest social experiment ever done in Minecraft, I scattered 1,000 people across 4 massive islands to
1003.
simulate a realistic civilization. The players were given no help or guidance, and just like in real life, if you die, you remain dead forever. No! Now, each player has the freedom to do whatever they want. Gather resources, join a society, become a dictator, or if it comes down to it, go to war. With so many people on each island...
Oh. Wait a minute, where's my pen? I need to write this down here. Okay, there's 4 islands. Okay, one looks like an ice or snow island. Okay, ice or snow. The southern region looks like a desert. Okay, and then the one on the left, it kind of, okay, on my left it kind of looks like a jungle island. And then the other one looks like a forest wood, not really savanna, no, like a forest island of some sort, you know, not jungle, but still forest. Okay, right down here. Okay.
Anything can happen, but I can promise you one thing. This event ended up having the most entertaining story arc I've ever seen. You do not want to miss this.
Really, the most entertaining story arc? Even better than Rich and Poor? Really, Ish? Well, let's see, yeah.
So pick a nation to root for and enjoy the video. I present to you the 1000 player civilization experiment. Don't forget, if you want to participate in these videos, join my Discord server and of course, subscribe to my channel. All right, everyone ready to be teleported? Jump if you're ready. Okay, here we go.
Oh, I'm in.
On day 1, all 1,000 players were teleported to their islands, each its own biome. We had plains.
Ah, plains. Okay, that's the island I said looks like a forested island. Okay, plains.
Desert, snow, and jungle.
This is huge.
Most players spent the first day scouting their island, searching for a place to settle, but almost immediately we started to see people dying, and oddly they were all coming from the snow island.
How are you guys dying?
Turned out people were freezing to death after getting stuck in powdered snow, which looks exactly like regular snow but sucks you in like quicksand.
Oh my gosh.
This guy's trying to free his friends. Oh no. Even worse for the poor people on the snow island, trees were almost nowhere to be seen. The desert island also had very few trees, which players needed if they wanted to get wood. But the places where players did find trees quickly became extremely valuable hotspots for groups to settle at and colonize. Look at all these people coming together. Community crafting. They're making progress. Meanwhile, the people on the jungle island had essentially unlimited trees and were thus already thinking about other things. What did you say your plan was?
I'm gonna take over the world.
Oh, great. Really? Why not first take over your island first, and then you can think about the world? But anyways.
This is my right-hand man.
Hello.
Darbo. Hello, right-hand man Darbo.
Don't talk to him. He doesn't speak.
While having a lot of trees did seem like an advantage at first, many jungle people found the island to be difficult to traverse, given the immense amount of trees and the hostile mobs that would spawn on the surface due to lack of sunlight. Uh-oh.
So you have the resources, but you also have a hostile environment to contend with. Oh. While the other islands don't have any of these resources, but they have a sense of community.
Uh-oh. The sphere of traveling also made it more difficult for jungle people to talk with each other, since players could only read chat messages from people 100 blocks away from them or less. Although frankly, at least they didn't have to see what me and the admins were looking at. Lastly, we get to the Plains Island, and...
Oh, I like the fact that in the Plains Island, there's a inland sea with an island in the middle there. That's amazing. You could create a city there, or cities around the water, the lake, I should say, and you know they could all perform trade with one another, and the island in the center can be the capital of the entire island, if there is going to be one nation controlling the island. Yeah, or if it is a conglomeration of many nations, but they'll have one political center, which would be the island in the inland sea. Yeah, I don't think it, well, it does look defensible, you know, if you wall it off. If you wall off that entire island, yeah, it can be very defensible. Yeah,
boy was it different from the others. It truly was just the perfect island to live on, with green grass, trees, animals, and no natural dangers. This guy's making a little animal family. Or farm. Not needing to worry about dying as much as everyone else, the people on the Plains Island were among the first to start mining for resources like iron or diamonds. They were also the first to build up villages, and yes, to create civilizations. Throughout the first day, you could see two main groups starting to come together. One of them a democracy led by a player named Horus Crown.
Horse Crown. Okay, what's the name of your empire or nation? Horse Crown.
Our aim is building the most beautiful and nicest city on the entire server.
And the second, also a democracy led by a player named Sidefall.
Yeah, Sidefall. Ooh, it's good to see you. It's good to see you, Sidefall. Oh gosh, Sidefall. Wow. I'm very happy to see you, Sidefall. I'm very happy to see you. And you're a leader. That's amazing, man. That's amazing. You know, in an alternate history or dimension or world, Sidefall, you are not a leader. Well, you become a leader eventually, but you die because of your arrogance. But, you know, you used to be a news reporter. You used to be a news reporter in another universe, you know? And it's good to see you here being the leader of your nation, a democratic nation. That's nice. Okay, Sidefall.
I just want to make sure nobody dies.
It was actually kind of odd how similar these two civilizations were. They were both located on the southern shore, they both had democratic elections, and their leaders both wanted good for their own people.
But what is the name of the nations, Ish?
I just hope nothing happens to change that.
Ish, I'm gonna make an Among Us character.
Never mind, I hope they die. Soon it was the end of day one. Players across all 4 islands logged off and made plans for the following day.
Wow, 947 people left.
It was on day 2 when civilizations really began to thrive. In the southeast corner of the desert, what used to be an empty patch of grass was turning into the desert's largest nation. Hello, good sir.
Yo, what's up, Ish? The Sultan is back.
You might recognize the player storming hell.
Storming hell, okay. Write down your name here. With desert.
For my first civilization video where he led a nation called the Sultanate. Well, now the desert dictator is back with the Sultanate 2.0, and this
The Sultanate 2.0. Okay.
time with a population of over 100 people.
Not bad. Not bad at all.
I want to maintain order and peace in the desert.
The rules, as established by the Sultan, included wear proper attire, do not eat pork, complete your mandatory work, and most importantly, acknowledge the Sultan as the supreme and divinely chosen leader. Moving on.
Supreme and divinely chosen leader. Right, Sultanate. Right. I'm leaving. I'm leaving.
Since it was still hard to get food in the dry climate, the people of the Sultanate focused on developing different types of food production, like fishing in the surrounding ocean. On top of this, a player named Drip Chicken made a chicken market, although when I checked it out
Drip Chicken. Okay.
myself, it turned out to be a very different type of market.
Welcome to Los Pollos Hermanos.
Thank you.
Would you like some totally legal sugar?
Oh. Sugar. You're selling drugs? No chicken?
Anyway, we finally go back to the Snow Island. As I was flying around, I found what I can only describe as a British shrimp. Is the cold climate
Okay. I cannot see the other letters there, but okay. Just write down this.
really the best place for a shrimp?
I mean, depends. Look at my little friend over here, you know?
Wait, who's your friend?
What friend?
Underneath?
Yeah, he's fully here. He's literally...
Oh.
Oh, an octopus.
he's chilling.
Oh, he's up here now.
No, my fish buddy. Please go back down.
Despite the killer powdered snow and the occasional polar bear, the people on the Snow Island were actually doing pretty well building settlements together. Nobody was fighting because everyone had one common enemy,
The weather, the environment.
harsh climate. That being said, it turned out that all of these snow settlements might be a bit more than just little communities. On day 2, rumor was getting out about a conspiracy that, despite them all being spread out across the entire island, a lot of these snow settlements were actually all being run by one single person.
What? They've already consolidated power on the Snow Island. There's just one nation on the Snow Island, really.
Whose goal was to unify the entire Snow Island under one mighty empire.
Oh, okay, so it's still in the process. There's still someone having that ambition. It hasn't been completed. Okay. Because I was going to be surprised, like on day 2, you guys are already united.
This person's name was Alanulo.
You are going to be important, I think. Alanio.
And he was running this entire empire recruitment operation from an underground bunker where he felt he was safe for the time being. Essentially,
So what, you have agents on the surface who are doing the hard work while you stay underground and formulate plans? Huh. That's interesting.
What he would do was hold meetings with people who were already leaders of their own settlements and convince them to merge their civilizations with his empire so they would be stronger together.
African Turkey! Oh my gosh. Oh my god. Oh my gosh. You're not a conquistador here, African Turkey. You're not a conquistador. There's no cheese to venerate. But yeah, it's good to see you.
He would give these leaders orders to fulfill, and in exchange, they would be guaranteed high-ranking positions in the empire. If
Duke, Baron, Lord, and Knight.
this empire actually succeeds in uniting all 300 people on the Snow Island, it would easily become the most powerful nation in the world. In fact, it would be bigger than the Sultanate and the two Plains democracies combined. Will this ambitious plan actually succeed? Let's see what happens in the following days.
This is interesting. It's exciting. This project of uniting the Snow Island under one banner, under one king, I'm really interested in this one. Yeah, I want to see where it ends up. You know, Elan Yilo reminds me of the Emperor of Mankind in Warhammer 40,000. You know, just like the Emperor of Mankind, he skulked in the mountains, the Himalayan mountains, and, you know, he waited for humanity to be at its knees. And then he decided that he was going to reunite, or should I say, yeah, have a unification of Terra under one rule, under one empire. And Elanilo is doing something similar. You know, he's underground, he's waiting for his right opportunity to strike, and then he will unite all of the Snow Island under one banner. Yeah, he's reminding me of the Emperor. The Emperor of Mankind in Warhammer 40,000. Okay.
We've now covered the politics of every island except for the jungle, so what's going on here? Well, quite frankly, I had no freaking idea. It was chaos. There were about 30 different camps and tribes spread
30.
out across the entire island, and a lot of them were in constant fights with each other. Who are the... What is going on? There's a fight here. Here's a tribe that imprisoned one of their own members for being, quote, too rich.
I say
Too rich?
we tax him and then let him out of jail. Oh, well.
Damn boots, take your shoes.
So overall, there was chaos, nobody trusted one another, and to add to this, nobody wanted to travel too far into the jungle because they were scared of rogue tribes and especially hostile mobs.
I think this island definitely needs an empire to unite them all under one banner and for there to be political and military stability. Really. And they need a national vision, a national project to clear out the forest, you know, to make national roadways that will connect the different settlements across the jungle island. Because really, this place is dangerous. There's a lot of, you know, mobs around. It's dark. And there are many communities that are still also engaged in conflict. So there needs to be some sort of order. There needs to be some sort of transportation road network that links all of the settlements. And we need an authority here to set the tone of the jungle island. And to set the laws and the rules and the regulations and order. That's what's needed here.
In fact, we actually had to remove creepers on day 3 because they were killing too many people.
No, you should have just kept them. maybe that would have pushed them to unite. Yeah.
Whoever asked.
Now, there were actually two tribes that were considered the most influential in the jungle. The first, a river-based settlement called the Sea People.
The Sea People. Okay.
Whose leader was killed almost immediately by a random rogue tribe. The new leader, ReacTalk.
ReacTalk. I think I've heard of... No, maybe I haven't. No, I don't think I have heard of you. During Rich and Poor? I don't think so.
Dedicated his rule to maintaining order, but also to keeping his people happy by setting up events like stand-up comedy nights.
I got a few jokes about unemployed people. Oh wait, none of them work.
Oh my God. You got me there. You got me. You got me.
The second influential tribe was located in the dead center of the jungle.
What's the name of the... Okay. I'll just call you Seth. Seth Hypen. Okay.
And it was what appeared to be a faction revolving around the worship of a player named Seth. Hello, Mr. Seth.
Oh, what's up, bro?
Oh, this is just creepy. You're telling me this isn't a personality cult?
Nah, I wouldn't say that. It's a way of life, alright?
Yeah, it's a cult. It's a damn cult.
It's a religion.
Lastly, as I was flying around, I happened to run into this guy again.
I'm gonna take over the world.
Believe it or not, he had actually become the leader of a...
Okay. Wazok. I'm not taking you seriously, Wazok, but okay.
pretty impressive settlement. Granted, there was a lot of internal drama in his tribe.
Do you see this like really cool tower thing that we're building here?
Yeah, it looks great.
Yeah. It's really cool, isn't it? And do you see our farm over there? It looks really cool and nice. Now come over here.
Where are we going?
Tell us what this is.
In short, two of Wazik's tribe members built a librarian's tower, and he thought it was ugly and wanted to burn it down. Now, when I talked to the librarians, they said Wazik just doesn't like the library because he's illiterate. As I said, drama. Now, the jungle wasn't the only place having problems. The Plains Island was seeing both a surge in development, this whole place is awesome, but also a rise in tension. The leader of one of the Plains democracies, Horus Crown, had found out that the other Plains nation, run by Sidefall, had reached out to the Snow Island.
Wait, I don't know the name of these democracies. Do I just call them the two Plains democracies? Okay.
Looking for potential alliances. Horus Crown did not like that Sidefall was reaching out to other islands instead of reaching out to him, so he quickly established his own alliance with two other plain settlements.
No way! No way! No way! Hold on a minute. 22p? Oh my gosh. You're here too? Wow. Okay, I'll say that you're under Horse Crown's camp, right? Okay. And then Ghost Toast. Alright. Okay.
Both located on the east side of the island, which would essentially cut off Sidefall's access to most of Plains if a war were to break out.
We think Sidefall is definitely up to something, and we're planning to stop him.
The people living on the Plains Island, who had otherwise taken their peaceful lives for granted, were getting very worried about a potential massive war that would devastate their homes.
And it's amazing, because you guys have everything. You have the resources, you have the plentiful land, you have beautiful very calming and relaxing environment. And you guys are the first to enter into conflict. Well, no, the Jungle Island and the Plains Islands are the first islands to have internal conflicts. While the desert is at peace with a crazy man, the Sultanate there. And, the Snow Island also having a very slow, gradual political unification. So yeah, it's interesting that two islands that have got a lot of wood are in conflict with each other, or south conflict, while the other two islands with fewer resources are relatively at peace. Yeah.
Here in KFC, we want family, not war.
Meanwhile, on the desert island, the Sultan storming hell was not happy when he discovered that a group of mountaineers had made their home on the mountain.
Wow.
Surrounding the Sultanate. So the two groups had a meeting to discuss this dispute over land.
Why does the Sultanate have any more right to a plot of land?
Simply, might makes right. We're stronger, so if it comes down to it, may the stronger group win.
People in the desert were starting to get worried about storming hell's tyrannical nature, so some
only now you guys are worried about it?
Some of them moved to a quickly growing democratic nation on the other side of the
Saparata. Oh my gosh. Okay. Wow. Let me write down your name here. Okay, so you're another nation. You lead another nation on the desert island. Nice.
The island. This was Theria.
Nice. Theria.
The name derived from the Greek word for freedom. I asked their elected president, Saps, about the Sultanate.
Wow. Well done, Saparada. Well done. In Rich and Poor, you were just a hermit that was, cast into the political wilderness, and you were almost eaten alive. You survived. But here, in this universe, you are a leader of your own people. The people of Theria. Huh. Nice.
Hopefully we can establish some peaceful relations for now. I mean, we're in the middle of a desert. Why
wow, they have a bathhouse.
fight,
Overall, each island had its own conflict between the desert's sultan dominance, the plains' alliance disaster, the jungle's total chaos, and the Snow Empire's takeover. At least one of these conflicts was bound to erupt very soon. And that conflict was Plains. At the beginning of Day 4, a propagandist told everyone that Sidefall was about to attack the Plains Island. Horace Crown called a code red and everyone on Plains was freaking out, including these guys at the center of the Plains Island who built a tavern on a lake. I spoke...
A tavern? A tavern! Okay. I thought you guys were gonna build like a city there, but... It's okay. It's fine. It's got beautiful views, I'm sure.
With the bartender.
Welcome to the tavern. I hope you can enjoy a nice beer, since it might be our last.
I am what? Mindless? Okay. Sorry, I cannot read your name tag there. Hold on. I cannot read that. Like there's this window that's obstructing the letters there. But okay. Let me just write down what I can. Alright. You're very lucky to, claim this very strategic island in this inland sea. Very lucky. You're very lucky.
So at this point, you're probably wondering, what was Sidefall actually doing? Well, it turns out Sidefall was just as confused as everyone else since he had no plans to attack anyone. The propagandist had lied.
I have no clue what these guys are talking about. I don't want to attack anyone. I don't want a civil war.
You were framed. I can't believe it. So now, both sides were gearing up for a war over nothing but a miscommunication, and all throughout.
Wait a minute. Hold on a minute. Hold on. I think I just saw someone there that I know. Could it be the Emperor?
Well, it turns out Sidefall was just as confused as everyone else since he had no plans to attack anyone. The propagandist.
Wait, let me write down your name. This propagandist who wants to start a war on lies. And the fact that people are believing in him, in his lies, in his fake news, it's amazing. Like, how is he related to the other leaders of the plains that they would take what he's saying seriously? What position does he hold? Is he a news reporter? Is he a spy for one of the nations? Like,
had lied.
I have no clue what these guys are talking about. I don't want to attack anyone. I don't want a civil war.
You were framed. I can't believe it. So now, both sides were gearing up for a war over nothing but a miscommunication.
Yes, it is. It's Empress Food. Empress Food. Oh my gosh, he's here too. But it doesn't seem like he's involved in the politics this time. Yeah. Oh wow. It's good to see you, Empress Food.
And all throughout, Sidefall was desperately trying to reach out to the other Plains leaders, saying that he didn't want war. The other leaders doubted him, but they actually agreed to meet with him as long as they met on neutral ground.
Oh, the island in the inland sea. Or the tavern.
Whoever told you guys I want war is lying.
Tell us the truth then.
While they talked, Horace Crown secretly had undercover spies search Sidefall's entire village, but he wasn't aware Sidefall had someone else place a bunch of TNT under his village.
What?
But before things went too far...
Folks, we have a peace deal.
Okay, you have a peace deal, but now what about the TNT that's under Horse Crown's, buildings there? Are you guys going to remove that, or is it just going to be kept there for emergency measures if one day they break this truce and they decide to attack? And what if Horse Crown finds out that there's TNT under his house? What then?
By the thinnest of margins, crisis was averted. After talking, the leaders had made a peace treaty. I actually didn't get to see much of the meeting, but here's essentially what happened. Sidefall first apologized to the other Plains leaders for not being open with them, specifically about his relationship with the Snow Island. He told them he had only reached out to Snow in hopes to get on the good side of a player named A Freakin' Turkey.
A freaking turkey.
Who was apparently Alanulo's second in command.
Really? Okay, so you could say that African Turkey is Malkidor the Sigillite to the Emperor Elanio. Yeah. If you guys don't know Warhammer 40,000, I'm sorry. Because only those who know Warhammer 40,000 will understand what I'm talking about. I'm sorry.
Plains leaders discussed their disagreements on foreign relations, Horace Crown preferring keeping alliances within Plains, and Sidefall believing in making allies on other islands. But they were able to put their differences aside. They banished the propagandist from...
Exactly. Please, kick this guy out or kill him. Because really, he could have instigated a conflict that would have consumed the Plains Island into civil war, and it would have killed everybody. Well, not everybody, but a lot of people would be dead. Maybe even a nation would have been utterly destroyed. All because of one man throwing lies, fictitious news for what we don't know.
From the Plains Island, and that's the end. The four major Plains nations created a great Plains alliance. The Plains Island went from being on the brink of war to being the most united island of all.
Wow.
And And it wasn't just plains. Toward the end of the day, all 4 islands were prospering. From the people on snow collecting resources and building together, to the people in the desert working on the Sultan's build project, which was to create a massive holy city. Even the jungle was
massive holy city, huh?
At peace at the end of day 4, since the remaining jungle people were just thankful that they were still alive. Soon though, it was the next day, but before we let people back onto the server, the admins and I decided to add a little something.
Oh, a 5th island.
We added a 5th island in the center of the world, and we didn't tell the players that we did this. We wanted to see who would discover the island, how long it would take to find, and then what would happen next. So
there's so many flowers. It's so nice. But what are these structures on the island?
So, we started up the server, and the wait began. But meanwhile, we have to talk about the Snow Island.
Oh yes, please. Oh yes, please. I need to know. I need to know. Is the plan B, you know, to unite the entire Snow Island? Is it becoming successful for Elanio?
Hello,
hey,
Turkey!
Hello, Itch! How's it going?
On day 5, the player A Freakin' Turkey finally gave me a full explanation of the mysterious Snow Empire, which I found out was named the Aculon Empire.
Woo! Nice name. Aculon Empire. What does Aculon mean?
Still fearing for his safety, the Empire's founder, Olanulo, gave orders entirely from his secret underground bunker, while his second in command, A Freakin' Turkey, carried out his orders and led the people on the ground.
Okay, maybe you're not like the Emperor of Mankind, because eventually the Emperor does, you know, have a walk. He does have a walk outside of his fortress palace from, you know, the Himalayas. He does walk out, Himalayas or Mount Everest, but yeah, he walks out from his palace and he does, you know, tour his conquered territories. But Elanulo, he's just staying underground indefinitely for his security. Elanulo, who's going to kill you? Who wants to kill you? And don't you have security details that are going to protect you? The people need to see who leads them. You can't lead a shadow government. It will just create distrust and, you know, there'll be discontent from the people if they don't know who is leading them. They need to see you. They need to hear from you. Or maybe you will figure it out somehow. Maybe you will control this empire in a way that is impractical in the real world. Because in the real world, everybody knows who leads their nations. We know who leads our nations. Even the most reclusive countries in the world, like North Korea, the people in North Korea know who leads them. They know about the Kim Jong-un family dynasty. So the fact that you are still underground and the only people who are seeing you are the barons, maybe also the lords. I don't know about the knights of the empire, but you know, only the very most important political players on the island are able to see you, but the rest of the people cannot see you. You're just gonna create problems for yourself, I think. Yeah, but let's see.
You guys have settlements across the entire island.
There is a lot. Just know none of it was made by slaves.
Okay, African Turkey. I don't know why, but okay.
Empire relied on strict order to maintain peace. It's now 200 citizens were each assigned a daily job like building, mining, or fighting. And whenever they were online, all citizens were required to be in 2 Discord voice channels at once, which I didn't even know was possible.
That's crazy.
Also, the Aculon Empire made it a point to document everything, including its list of members, its hierarchies, its physical landmarks. But what I found most...
Wait, let me just see its hierarchy again. Let's go back.
They were online, all citizens were required to be in 2 Discord voice channels at once, which I didn't even know was possible. Also, the Aculon Empire made it a point to document everything, including its list of members, its hierarchy.
Okay, here we go. Emperor. Imperator. The Crown Prince. Who is the Crown Prince? Is it African Turkey? Governors, vassal, or subfaction. Okay, dukes. That's the third line of authority, I should say, along with the governors and the Crown Prince. I think they all share the same power and responsibility. Governors, Crown Prince, and the dukes. I think they all share the same authority and prominence in the government. And then you've got the barons, generals, okay, lords, citizens, quartermaster, knights. Okay, all right.
Its physical landmarks, but what I found most impressive was the high-level operation going on in this seemingly regular building.
This singular building is the richest place in the entire server.
Whoa. So what, is it like a bank? It holds a lot of resources?
Called this the Quartermaster's House, and it was where the Aculon Empire not only collected and stored all its resources, but also distributed items using a complex request system, where, for example, a citizen asks for iron ingots, and then the Quartermasters decide exactly how much iron that citizen deserves, based on a...
This reminds me of another empire in Rich and Poor, definitely. It reminds me of the only empire on, what was it? Was it Island... Yeah, Island 1. Yes, it was on Island 1. What was the name of the empire again? I forgot right now. Oh gosh, I forgot the name. I'll remember it. Yes, and then I'll tell you. Just be patient with me.
Detailed algorithm they developed. Has anyone tried breaking into this place?
Not yet. Let's just say, if you tried to get in without permission, you're not gonna get a very nice welcome.
And I kid you not, just a few minutes later, this player, Exelius, was caught trying to sneak his way in, and he was...
Exelius? I remember you. I remember you made a POV of Rich and Poor. Oh wow. So what, you're a criminal in this experiment? Oh my gosh.
Sentenced to a public execution to be held the next day.
Exelius, now look at you, you're gonna die.
Things are kind of strict around here, huh?
As long as they don't take away my squid, I'm a happy man. Oh man, look at him.
The Snow Island continued to be hyper-vigilant about criminals, but so were other nations, like the Desert Sultanate, which made an inescapable prison. He is surrounded by lava. Or Wazak's nation.
Guys, I remember the kingdom was Westhelm. Yes, the kingdom of Westhelm on the first island in the Rich and Poor experiment. They also had something similar to what the quartermaster of the Aculon Empire has, you know, where they would have all the resources in one spot that could be distributed to the people. Yeah, they had something very similar.
In the jungle, which made a giant sand trap. Oh, this is evil.
For what? What do you need that sand trap for? What's his name again? This leader in the jungle island. Wazok, yeah.
Just you wait until we have a nice little deliberation with some.
Yeah, I'm gonna be put to death, you know. Like,
even planes didn't feel exactly safe, as this self-described capitalist nation.
Hey, 20JP.
Made a giant wall to protect its people.
We want to make sure that communists cannot take this away from us.
The who? The communists. From where? Who is communist?
But as I was talking to these guys, I got tipped off from someone in the desert that something big was about to happen. The Sultanate army's on the move.
Let me guess, they're going for, what's it? Theria. Yeah, they're going for the second nation on the desert island, probably.
The Sultanate sent his elite squad on a secret nighttime mission. Their goal? To find a group of people that had been rumored to want to assassinate the Sultan.
Oh, okay. I thought they were going to war with Theria.
They're at the north side of the island now.
Okay, that's a bit close to Theria.
Oh yeah, okay, this is our target,
Okay, let's go.
According to the Sultan, the people hiding in this little settlement were indeed the attempted assassins, and now the group had a decision to make.
Oh, we're gonna kill this guy.
Do we kill this guy?
Up until now, there hadn't been any violence between desert nations. Will this be the breaking point?
Oh gosh.
We are showing the desert that if you make plans to kill me, justice will come for you.
The Sultan's elite squad spent the rest of the night raiding the settlement, but during their chase of another suspected assassin, they ran, literally, into a major dilemma.
We know he's running to Syria.
The guy they were trying to kill was running toward the democratic nation of Theria to get asylum there. The Sultan is really about to roll up on Theria.
Wait, are those cactus plants? Wow.
Holy. This could cause a major conflict. But the Sultanate's army didn't care. They barged into Theria and searched every single house to find this one person.
That is crazy. Forces from the Sultanate just barge into the city of Theria, a jurisdiction that is not of their own. Wow.
Who ultimately ended up getting away. Meanwhile, the people of Theria were freaked out by the raid, but when they looked to their leader Saps for guidance, he was nowhere to be seen. He had fled.
Wow, Saparada, you leave your people to die while you escape. Wow, Saparada.
Eventually, the Sultanate's army left, but Theria was not going to forget this.
Why would you leave, Saparada? Why would you do that? You're supposed to stand and fight and protect your people. Your life belongs to the people. It doesn't belong to you anymore. The moment you became a leader, your life belongs to them. It is your responsibility to protect your people. It is your responsibility to lead your people. Not to escape and go hide in some bunker. But anyways, as long as you're okay, you can explain to your people what happened, why you were not there. Yeah. My favorite song. Zilius, it's time for your death. Oh gosh.
By attempting to blow up the quartermaster's house, Zelius betrayed our people. And for this, he must die. Glory to Aculon.
It was a busy day for A Freakin' Turkey. The execution was successful, but the Empire didn't yet have a written constitution or a justice system. So A Freakin' Turkey met with a player who claimed to be a
Let me write down your name. Awesome. Alan. 1.
lawyer to set up a legal system.
You get the smaller seat, unfortunately, but do know it is quite important as well.
I'm used to cramming into tight spaces.
After
yeah. You should be talking to Orlanio and not to A Freakin' Turkey. He is second in command. You should be talking to the leader of this nation, the true leader of this empire. Awesome, Alan. I don't like the fact that you're talking to A Freakin' Turkey. Because this is going to create 2 centers of power. And creating 2 centers of power in the empire is going to kill it. There can only be one authority. And that authority should be Alanio. He's authority alone. He is the only one who's supposed to say yes or no on political or legal or military matters that involve the nation. And everybody else who are his subordinates are supposed to adhere and to implement the executive orders of the emperor. And that is Alanio. But since African Turkey and Awesome Allen are now formulating legal documents on how the criminal justice procedure or other laws that are going to be related to the empire are done strictly by them without informing the emperor, it's going to create two centers of power. Now people are not going to be sure who is the leader here. They're not going to be sure who do we take orders from. Do we take it from African Turkey, or do we take it from someone who we have never seen before, and that is the emperor?
African Turkey took his guard to Drew and confronted some farmers who he claimed weren't producing enough food for the empire.
I swear I will not miss any payment I have to owe you.
Drew, the bow, please.
Wow.
I expect 5 stacks of bread delivered within 1 to 2 business days.
Even though he was a little tyrannical at times, African Turkey was actually becoming very well liked in the Akulon Empire because
this is a problem. Alanilo, this is a problem. You cannot have two centers of power in your empire. You cannot have African Turkey being liked by the people, being known by the people more than you as the emperor. Because the moment or whenever you decide that you want to get out of your hole, who's going to be trusting you? Who's going to be liking you? Or will you try to rule your kingdom with an iron fist through fear? And how long will that last? This has to be dealt with very, very fast. African Turkey, yes, he is your closest confidant, and he's your second in command. But he should also know his place as second in command. And the people need to see you as their leader. If they don't, they're going to just continue to trust African Turkey with executive power, with authority over the kingdom, or should I say over the empire. And that will be a problem for you. All that you have built will be hijacked and given over to someone else.
he got things done, and he was a charismatic speaker.
Fellow citizens, it is my distinct honor to pronounce Steve and Pixel as husband and wife.
See, even though he was only the second in command of the Snow's Akulon Empire, many people were starting to view African Turkey as a better candidate for leader than Alanulo.
You see, Alanulo? Get out your hole, man. Get out of your hole as soon as possible and, tell your people that your emperor is here. And African Turkey is your second in command.
Since most people in the Empire had never even seen Alanulo, given that he's been hiding underground the entire time, afraid of being assassinated. In fact, some of his own citizens weren't even sure he existed. While Alanulo ruled from afar, only talking with high-ranking officials, African Turkey was considered a man of the people, someone who talks to everyone. In fact, African Turkey had gained so much notoriety that leaders of other nations were starting to reach out to him for alliances rather than to Alanulo. So
this is a problem. Look, I do not doubt African Turkey's loyalty to the emperor. I do not doubt that. He seems to be very loyal to him. But the problem is that the optics are in his favor. And I'm talking about African Turkey. The optics are in his favor and not in the favor of the emperor. And this will create a political wedge between these two principles. And one of them will have to die or be exiled. You choose. You choose. Whoever has more power, or should I say more support from the people, they will have to choose. Do I kick out my close confidant? Do I kick out my emperor? Do I kill my emperor? Do I kill my close confidant? They will have to choose. Very interesting. The drama is building in the Snow Kingdom or Snow Empire in ways that I never thought possible. It's very interesting.
As a result of all of this, Alanulo was starting to get a little worried.
Turkey knows that I created this empire and its entire political system, and as long as I am alive, I will be its only ruler.
Yeah, let's see if the people agree with you on that. You might have the barons on your side, you might have the governors on your side, but the people on the ground, do you have their support, Alanulo?
That's very funny.
Our monkey religion, we hold fast to.
Here on the Jungle Island, things haven't slowed down one bit. Amidst the chaos, this small group had made a monkey religion, and their goal was to build the biggest tree in the entire world.
Whoa, look at the size of that thing. It reminds me of Codename Kids Next Door. Yeah, the tree house. Really, it reminds me of that. That's amazing. What is monkey religion? Okay.
We're so industrious.
While everyone else is fighting and killing each other, we are peacefully building.
By now, every tribe in the jungle seemed to have its own goal. These guys, building a tree. This group, called the Blue Cross...
Whoa, the Blue Cross. Wow. So it exists even in this universe. Okay, alright.
Provided food and shelter to refugees. Meanwhile, Wazak's goal, which was still to take over the world, was seemingly driving him mad, especially after the librarians built a second tower.
Oh, made out of stone.
Did this out of spite, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, no. Well, yeah.
Overall, it seemed like there was a lot on Wazak's mind, as if he was planning something big. Meanwhile, Seth and the Sea People were still the two biggest tribes in the jungle, and both pursued very innovative political strategies. For example, Seth got married, but only so he could parade around the jungle and demand wedding gifts from everyone.
Oh, wow, okay. That's very conniving of you.
And you know what? It freaking worked! The Sea People, on the other hand, had taken on a massive goal, which was to finally end the chaos in the jungle, and they did this by sending out stealth groups and hunting down thieves, murderers, and anyone who they claimed did wrong.
Wow, a vigilante group. That's concerning. If there's no order here and people can just do as they please, it's going to create misunderstandings, and those misunderstandings are going to get people killed, and once people get killed, it's going to lead to a far larger conflict. Can't have vigilante groups roaming around.
However, some of the supposed wrongdoers they killed were actually allies of Seth. In response, Seth demanded that the Sea People stop their initiative immediately, but the Sea People planned to continue. All of a sudden, the Jungle Island was on the verge of a massive war, as if there wasn't enough chaos already.
The Pokemon Monkey? Okay.
Wait, is someone actually here?
Oh, you found the 5th island.
So? Whoa, this is crazy. This is awesome.
Welcome to paradise. Or should I say lost paradise? Yeah, because I think there was a civilization here with all these buildings. Yeah, it looks very eerie and also a bit magical. Yeah.
On day 7, a player named the Pokemonkey discovered the secret 5th island. The island had a mysterious dead terrain.
What was that creature? Oh my gosh.
A small pre-built village in the center, and underground, it contained netherite, which is the strongest and rarest resource in the world.
So, will they go to war over netherite on the 5th island? I don't think so. The fifth island is a bit far away from everybody's political and economic and social interests. The fifth island is a bit too far away. And, you know, to send military forces to go and create an encampment on the fifth island will expose those nations to possible invasion from other nations. Yeah, it's just too far away. So I don't think they're going to fight over, or they're going to fortify this location to gather the resources. Whoever goes there, whoever establishes a mining, prospecting facility there first, I don't think they will have the political or economic or military interest to then create a beachhead and garrison it with their soldiers. I don't think they'll be interested in doing something like that. Not when they have neighbors that could potentially attack them. The jungle island, there's no way. The plains island, they have a very fragile peace at the moment. Maybe Elanio and his Aculon Empire, maybe. But since he's having problems with African Turkey, I don't know if he's interested in investing onto the fifth island. And then of course the desert island nations, they are also at each other's necks. They're prepared to slit each other's throats here and have a civil war on that island. So the fifth island, yes, people will be mining there, people will be exploring there, but I don't think there'll be a nation that will have this island to themselves. It's too big, it's too far away. Yeah, that's what I think.
Now, Pokemonkey was a part of Sidefall's nation in Plains, and he quickly alerted Sidefall about the very strange and unexpected discovery he'd just made. He's taking the blue lantern so people believe it. Guys, I'm not lying, there really is an island! 2 minutes later, another person found the center island. This time, someone from the jungle. Then, like a domino effect, more and more people started arriving, typically either alone or in small groups, like these guys from the desert. Even though they all came from different islands and nations, nobody was fighting. In fact, they seemed to be forming friendships and simply admiring this new mysterious place. He's saying this is amazing. Quickly, word began spreading across the world that there was a fifth island, and about 30 minutes into day 7, basically everyone knew. It was crazy how fast everyone found out. Now, some nations were hesitant about visiting, believing that the island was some sort of trap, while other nations like the Aculon Empire sent out large exploratory groups to investigate the island. So Aculon is here, but instead of mining for netherite, they're taking the wool from the tents. Oh, they don't have sheep in the snow island. That makes sense.
So they're going to use the wool to keep warm? Okay.
Something I found interesting was that no nation, not even the Snow Empire, had the courage to publicly claim the center island as part of their nation.
Like I said, it's too far away, and really there just isn't the interest politically, economically, or militarily to do something like that. Not when, the Snow or Aculon Empire has got its own internal problems. Yeah, it's just too much of a big project right now.
Their territory, probably because it would result in conflict with other nations, which was my secret intention when adding the island, that it would cause some type of war, but it didn't cause a war, or maybe just not yet. Meanwhile, I present to you the story of Los Pollos Hermanos.
Nice establishment, Drip Chicken. No longer just having a stand, now you have a whole restaurant. Nice.
Wow, you've really expanded your business.
Yeah, we're doing quite well.
Because starvation was such a big problem in the desert, Drip Chicken had made it his life's mission to feed the people of the desert. And ever since I spoke with
Oh, you're not selling sugar anymore?
him on day 2 next to his little food stand, Los Pollos Hermanos had become a staple of the Sultanate. But this business would soon run into some problems. See, on days 4 and 5, the Sultan storming hell was unsatisfied with the slow progress on his build project, the Holy City. So he demanded that the farmers of the Sultanate stop growing food and instead work on his build project. And
that is crazy. That is crazy.
Just like that, the food supply going into Los Pollos Hermanos had completely stopped. The restaurant suddenly had no food available to sell.
The Sultanate would sacrifice his economy for his vanity project. Is he mad? Yes, yes he is. Yes he is.
Having no food, Drip Chicken was instead forced to sell some questionable products, and if he was caught selling these products by either the Sultan or the Sultan's twin guards.
Whoa. Okay. Why are we focusing on the gods? I need to write down your names. Clearly you guys are going to be important. Or else Ish wouldn't have zoomed in on your names like this. It means you guys are special.
He would probably receive a life sentence in the Sultanate prison. Meanwhile, the farmers of the Sultanate were...
How does that prison work? There's lava on the, on the ground, and then there's lava on the roof, and you are floating inside the prison. Like, I don't understand, how does that work?
were unhappy since they wanted to farm, not be forced to build. So in a rebellious move on day 5, Drip Chicken and the farmers secretly set up a meeting with Saps, the leader of Theria.
Oh, you guys are going to defect to Theria? Wow.
I know you want to move to Theria, but if you do, the Sultan will send his elite squad to hunt you down.
So, what do we do?
Go to Plains or something. There's about to be chaos in the desert.
And Saps was correct. There was about to be chaos in the desert, for reasons he couldn't tell the farmers just yet, but he did tell me.
You know who Davert is?
Yeah, I think so. He's one of the twin guards, right?
He's about to leave the Sultanate and join me.
He told you that? And you believe him? Okay, Saparata.
Really? The two people the Sultan trusts the most are his two twin guards, the brothers Davrit and Zamta, but one of them had grown tired of the authoritarian and warmongering ways of the Sultan. So Davrit had reached out to the leader of Theria, and together they created the single craziest plan I have ever heard, and this was it.
Okay. I don't know, I find it hard to believe. Because why wouldn't Davrit first talk to Zamta about it? Since they are brothers, they are close. Why would you not tell your brother about this potential to betray your sultanate? And then from that discussion you talk to Saparada. Why is it only Davrit and Saparada? I don't know.
First, Davrit leaves the Sultanate to join Theria. Next, the Sultan finds out about the betrayal and sends his elite squad to kill Davrit. Then, when the elite squad is away hunting for Davrit, and the Sultan is therefore alone...
He's not alone. He has Zomta with him. Yeah.
Davrit will sneak back into the Sultanate and kill the Sultan. Davrit will then claim leadership over the Sultanate, and as the new leader, he will finally bring peace to the desert.
There is still that missing part of your brother, who is a security or protection for the Sultanate. You have to get through him first. You have yet to explain that part of the plan.
Davrit, there is no way this works.
Brother, grow some chest hair. Trust me, you'll work, alright?
So at
Okay, Davrit, good luck.
the end of day 7, Davrit snuck out of the Sultanate and headed to Theria to begin the operation, while Drip Chicken and the farmers fled to the Plains Island. On their way out...
The Plains? Probably you guys will create another chicken restaurant on the island in the Inland Sea. Yeah, where the tavern is.
Some of them took one final look back at their home, at their restaurants, knowing that they would probably never see it again, knowing that the story of Los Pollos Hermanos had come to an end. On day 8, there was a major event on the Snow Island.
Whoa. Is this the throne room? Look at that golden cross. Wow.
The first time ever, Emperor Olanulo had come out from his underground bunker.
Wow. What a procession. What a procession.
He had summoned the entire Snow Islands to the Aculon Castle so he could publicly be crowned as the leader.
And the castle is still, it's not complete yet, but it looks amazing. The towers, the walls, the palace court, you know, court building, you know, where everybody's gathering inside. This is amazing. This is amazing. Yeah, it's cool. It kind of reminds me of what's that dragon show again? Game of Thrones. It reminds me of the castle. What did they call it again? I forgot the name of the castle, but it was the largest castle built in in Westeros, and it was burnt down by Balerion the Black Dread. I forgot the name of the castle, but it was a huge castle that could house a lot of people. This place reminds me of that castle. Yeah, it's cool.
Before the coronation, all high-ranking officials were required to provide Olanulo a gift.
I present to you a high-quality pair of premium brand sneakers.
Thank you, Applewood.
I, Baron Saul Goodman, give you this present, Lord Olanulo. My presence is your present.
After the gifts, Olanulo asked his second-in-command, A Freakin' Turkey, to make a speech affirming Olanulo's undisputed leadership.
My friends, the Aculon Empire is the strongest nation in the world. Not because of one leader, but because of all of us.
Yeah, okay. That's a nice speech. African Turkey.
Thank you, Turkey.
At the end of the ceremony, Olanulo asked all of his citizens to follow him out of the castle, down the main path of the Empire, in a symbolic move meant to showcase the unity of the Snow Island.
Yeah, this is a facade. I'm sorry. This is just, playing. It just, I'm not taking it seriously. I'm sorry. There is a wedge between these two political principles. African Turkey and Olanulo. There is a wedge between them. And something's got to happen. Something has got to be done about it. Good luck.
But this image of unity was only a mirage. There was a lot of discontent building within the Empire for many reasons. People didn't like that Olanulo's knights were constantly bossing them around, nor did the Aculon builders like it when Olanulo forced them to work on the Aculon castle instead of letting them finish their own projects. There was this general sense that Olanulo might be overreaching with his power, especially when he started spying on his own citizens to see who was criticizing his leadership.
This is uncomfortable now. In the beginning, uniting the lands of Snow together into one empire was a good idea, but now your paranoia is creeping on the people's security and comfort. They are going to hate you, and they're going to want African Turkey to lead them.
Anilo believed that in order for his citizens to have a good life, they have to live in a strong nation, and the only way to maintain a strong nation was through complete unity under a powerful and unchallenged leader. This is why Alanilo was fearful about the discontent within his nation, as well as the rising popularity of his second-in-command, African Turkey. Knowing that they were being spied on, many of African Turkey's supporters were becoming scared living on the Snow Island, afraid that they would be executed for not supporting Alanilo's leadership.
They're going to become political exiles. They're going to leave Snow Island, spread across other islands, probably also, lobby those island nations to have some sort of economic or political blockade on the Aculon Empire, to try and have some sort of political, change on the island, and to install African Turkey as the new leader of the Aculon Empire. This wedge is not going anywhere. Someone has to die. Someone has to die. Exile is not enough. Now that we see that African Turkey has supporters, exile is not enough. People gotta die. Yeah, it's unfortunate that this is where it's going to end up for the Snow, or for Aculon Empire, but this is the fault of the emperor himself. From the get-go, he should have, come out of that hole and avail himself to his people and take that risk. If someone wants to kill you, one way or another, they're going to try to kill you. The best that you can do is to make sure that your people are happy with you, they are satisfied with your leadership, and that you protect your people. And you do not descend into paranoia, thinking that any one of your citizens would try to kill you. For what reason? Why would they want to kill you? What have you done that is so terrible that they would want to kill you? Absolutely nothing. So why do you fear them? There's no reason to fear your people. But now with your paranoia building up like this, where you don't trust your people, where you surveil them, where you control their movement, and you control every facet of their lives, they will never trust you. They will never love you. They will fear you. And eventually they'll want your head on a spike. You are creating your own enemies, Emperor Alanilo.
So, with the help of African Turkey, plus another high-ranking official, its Ender, some Aculon citizens organized secret evacuations out of the Snow Island through underground tunnels, some of which led to Seth's nation in the jungle, others going to Sidefall's nation in plains. Both Seth and Sidefall were very open to accepting refugees, especially those who opposed Alanilo, someone who they believed to be a dangerous tyrant. Also, they had just found out that Alanilo had actually sent spies all across the world, including into their own nations, so they didn't like him very much.
We're not going back until there's some form of democracy in Snow.
You see? Political change.
No, I don't think that's going to happen anytime soon.
Meanwhile in Plains, Mr. Turkey, are you starting a revolution?
No, I do not want a revolution. I just want to make sure Alanilo doesn't kill these people.
It doesn't matter what you want, African Turkey. The motion has been set. It's moving with or without your consent. The people will want you to become the leader, whether you like it or not. And thus you are a target for Alanilo. And you were a target of his long before all of this happened. So it doesn't matter what you want. You are here now. What will you do?
When are you going back to the Snow Island?
Probably tomorrow, because I'm gonna try and host a meeting with Alanilo. I just think he's gone too far.
So while a freaking turkey stayed on the Plains Island for the rest of the day, Seth and Sidefall created the first ever multi-island treaty. This treaty not only established Seth and Sidefall as allies, but it also declared their nations refugee states, ones that are willing to accept all people fleeing from dictatorial regimes like the Sultanate or the Akulon Empire. As for a freaking turkey's position in the Akulon Empire, he was still technically the second in command, but it was only a matter of time before Alanilo finds out about the missing citizens, and then it's very likely that Turkey will be stripped of his position or be kicked out of the Snow Island entirely and become a refugee himself.
I don't think he's going to be kicked. I think he's going to be killed. It's the only way. It's the only way now for Emperor Alanilo to be safe. Because the discontent that's brewing in the homeland because of his tyrannical leadership is going to be fueled by the fact that there are political refugees from Akulon Empire, and one of them is African Turkey. They will use him as a figure for their political change. He has to die.
Yeah, I don't know if... Wait, is that a basketball court? On day 8, the center island was getting a lot of visits from curious players, and instead of fighting each other, everyone was just kind of hanging out and doing their own thing.
Look at that.
I think the Blue Cross should also build a settlement on the 5th island.
What is this? Don't question me. Later that night, some adventurers started terraforming the dead terrain, making it green. This actually looks not bad. These guys, meanwhile, made a secret underground church, and they hosted many ceremonies and cultural events. What type of ritual is this? Now, I actually attended 2 churches on day 8.
Wait, is that John Unleashed?
The second one in Sidefall's nation, although I was very disturbed by the person sitting next to me.
After a near-death
what the hell, man? What's up with the eyes? Jeez.
experience, life began to feel more sacred.
Yeah, putting on armor makes it better.
Only to impart the wonders they hold. I cannot say what they are, however, right way to lead this world.
Whoa, what did I do?
They're taking him away. Oh no. Later that night, the Plains Island received an unexpected visit from the Akulon Empire's state-sponsored journalist. I'm with the news. Down with the news. Go away, tabloids. Go away. No false news today. They're kicking out the journalists. Oh my god. Meanwhile, I ran into these Plains farmers who literally did nothing but plant wheat everywhere.
Whoa. It's beautiful. It's so yellow or gold in color. Yeah. That's amazing. This reminds me of the nation Valley of Wheat in the Rich and Poor experiment. Yeah. I don't think they were able to to plant like this. This is expansive. Like, it's huge. I don't know if the Valley of Wheat was able to achieve something like this, but this is beautiful. Wow.
Oh my god.
Look at all this freaking wheat!
Now, right next to the wheat field was a cookie factory in Horus Crown's nation, which took the wheat and made a variety of baked goods. See, ever since the Great Plains Alliance was signed on day 4, the people of Plains believed their island to be, for the most part, a very safe place to live, and as a result, many players felt secure enough to run their own businesses. There was the bakery, an Outback Steakhouse, boating and kayaking, 2 KFCs, and there was the most recent addition, Los Pollos Hermanos. You made one in the Plains biome?
Yes. Expansion.
Claiming refugee status, Drip Chicken and the Sultanate farmers received citizenship in Sidefall's nation, where they were able to rebuild their famous restaurant, and the people of Plains welcomed the refugees with open arms.
Yeah, it seems like the Plains are really having an economic and social boom compared to all the other islands. Yes, what's happening in the Akilon Empire on the Snow Island is quite impressive. You know, the palace, the walls, the surrounding settlement also looks very impressive. But their people are repressed. Their people are repressed, so socially they are not booming as a nation. But here in the plains, the different states that have united under one banner are also experiencing an amazing cultural renaissance, if you want to say that, and economic activity. Yeah, it's good.
The only person who wasn't happy was the owner of KFC, who now had competition. Anyway, when word got out in the desert that Drip Chicken and the farmers had fled the Sultanate, as did Davrit, many loyalists in the Sultanate were furious with these betrayals. While the Sultanate was still the second most powerful nation in the world, the first being Akilon, these betrayals of the Sultanate hurt the Sultan's public image, and he feared being seen as weak by the world and by his own people.
So the only answer is to kill.
Predictably, the Sultan sent his elite squad out into the desert to try to find and kill both Davrit and Drip Chicken. But instead of staying home in the Sultanate, this time the Sultan traveled with his elite squad.
Oh gosh, this plan has turned pear-shaped.
This threw a wrench into Davrit's assassination plan, and Davrit had no choice but to keep hiding underground until he saw an opportunity to strike. Meanwhile, the leader of Theria, Saps, was extremely worried because he knew that the fate of his nation and his people rested on this assassination attempt. If it succeeds and the Sultan is killed, well, then all is well. But if it fails, it will only be a matter of time before the Sultan finds out that Saps was behind the plan, and then there is no doubt that the Sultan will seek revenge and absolutely obliterate Theria, killing not just Saps, but all his people who, by the way, were entirely innocent. Saps purposefully didn't tell any of his citizens that he was involved in an assassination plot because they definitely wouldn't approve of something that puts them in such danger.
Hey, Feluxion. Saps, you didn't inform your cabinet that you have this plan with a security officer belonging to the Sultanate. You did not inform them about this plan. Why? Why would you not tell your people? At least tell those who are in charge in managing Theria. You don't have to tell the people on the street. Not yet. But at least tell people who are in your cabinet. And you didn't tell them?
All of this tension in the desert was really starting to get to some people, like this group, which made a giant lava wall.
Whoa. That is crazy. How does this work? So you can't scale this wall? You can't make like a ladder that can climb over it, or... But I see that at the top, there's got some sort of layer that's not lava. It looks like a solidified brick layer of some sort. So if you could just create a ramp that ascends to that point, maybe you can climb over it. But the problem now is to get down to the ground. How are you going to do that? But yeah, this is amazing. Oh, it's beautiful.
Around their civilization, they wanted nothing to do with the politics of the desert, and they were rather paranoid about everything.
The walls keep us safe. We can't leave the walls for long, because then we're not safe. Everyone inside the walls is safe, everyone outside is not safe.
Okay. Okay, lady. Okay, what? I'm Sentinel.
They're strangers, we shouldn't trust them. Oh, by the way, also don't push any buttons you find in here.
Okay.
Must be traps.
I actually think this group was more of a cult than a civilization, but still, I think they had the right idea. And now we go back to the Jungle War. I say war because both major nations had already basically decided that they cannot coexist in the jungle. Seth was mad at the Sea People for killing many of his allies, while the Sea People were mad because Seth wouldn't let them kill those who they believed to be criminals. Neither nation was willing to compromise on this, so war seemed inevitable. However, because Seth had also recently formed an alliance with Sidefall from Plains, a war between the two jungle nations would likely cause Sidefall, as well as the rest of the Plains Island, to join the battle, thus turning this into an actual world war. So, given that the stakes were so much higher now, both sides agreed to have one final meeting to maybe work things out. It was Wazak who quickly offered his nation as a good neutral location for the meeting, and he was quite enthusiastic about hosting.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. But yeah, okay, it's good. It's good that you are becoming the negotiator in all of this. Yeah, okay.
On day 8, Seth and the Sea People sent their highest ranking officials to Wazak's nation, where the meeting would take place.
Alright, Seth. You're up first.
I think the Sea People are killing people for a lot of irrational reasons. So, you know, as an example, right? They had 5 stacks of cookies taken from them. That takes like 3 minutes to get, bro. And he's like, I don't think you should murder someone over that.
We requested he give it back, and he basically said no, so he was put on KOS and we killed him.
Unfortunately, the Blue Cross doesn't seem to be, you know, the negotiation and unifying political body in the jungle, because that's where the Blue Cross is situated, right? In the jungle island. So yeah, it seems to only focus on relief efforts and not much on the political side of things, like in the rich and poor experiment. Because I really like how they involved themselves in the political intricacies of Island 1 and Island 2. And the Blue Cross really, it was a political mechanism that saved Island 1 from potential implosion. And it is something definitely that it was needed in the jungle island and all the other islands included. That's what I'm saying. Island 5 should have been their base of operations, where all the leaders from all the nations across the 4 islands are able to head to a neutral territory and discuss amongst themselves, and to also you know, deliberate on international matters. Yeah, but that's, you know, my idea, and it's too late now.
So that was exactly what Seth just said.
Let me add some context.
Soon, the argument began to escalate.
And the people you attacked were direct allies.
I'm sorry, but what other ways do we have to stop the chaos in the jungle?
They stole. They deserve to be killed over it.
Do you really want to go to war over this?
Well, if you keep killing our people, then we won't just stand by and watch.
Alright, fine. The Sea People declare war.
Alright, let's do it.
But before a fight could begin, Wazak yelled,
"Double, no!"
He's trapped. Well done. Well done. You've now made them all your enemy. You've united the jungle island against you, Wazak. And I guess that was your plan all along.
Oh my god.
Go!
Where is he going?
Wazak had just killed 7 people using his sand trap before getting away. Seth and the Sea People decided to put their war on hold and declared a unified worldwide manhunt for Wazak. Everyone was confused about why Wazak did this, but then I remembered something Wazak had told me the day before.
Listen, if the war breaks out, I have a plan to stop it.
Really? How?
Oh, you'll see, my friend.
When Seth and the Sea People declared war on each other, Wazak decided to use his sand trap and make himself the villain, so that the entire jungle would make peace to unite against him.
You're so selfless, Wazak. That's a selfless act right there. You crazy bastard.
therefore actually preventing a world war. Wazik is now hiding underground. After spending most of the previous day trying to hunt down his enemies, the Sultan storming Hell decided to take a break from the hunt and attend a wedding hosted by a small neighboring desert nation. It was a huge honor in the desert for the Sultan to visit your civilization, so there was a lot of buzz surrounding the Sultan's visit, and everyone in the desert knew he would be there. Zamta the twin guard was also at the wedding, and he was quite thankful for the break since he secretly despised having to hunt for his own brother. When the Sultan demanded that Davert be tracked down and killed, Zamta was horrified by this order, but he kept silent, fearing that he'd be next. Zamta could only hope that Davert was far away now, hiding in a place where the Sultan would never find him.
Oh, do I have news for you.
But it turned out Davert was not far away at all, because he was on a mission.
Oh, I like the glass roof. That's nice.
He's actually here. Davert was coming to kill the Sultan, but he had to be sneaky because the Sultan was guarded by his elite team. The plan was to catch him and his team off guard since it would only take a few hits to kill him.
A few minutes? Not a second? A few minutes is too long.
I'm so nervous right now. Did the wedding end? The wedding's over! He's leaving! Oh, he's leaving! Oh!
Oh wow, he threw love at him.
Davert! Holy crap! Oh! He's hit him so many times! Wait, Storming's getting away? The elite team is on Davert big time! Oh!
The brothers missed each other there.
Oh! Oh, he's getting close! He's getting close! Oh, he turned around!
He's gonna fight dying. Or die trying. Yeah, okay.
Holy crap, everyone's here now! This is insane! Oh!
Davert! Oh, Saparada, you're fucked. You're fucked. You are seriously fucked. But hopefully the Sultanate will not know that you were part of this conspiracy to kill him. Fingers crossed. Oh, you're gonna kill yourself. You know what? It's probably for the best. That sound, that... New president.
Sultan's on his way back home, I think. What?
Ah, well done, Sultanate. Well done. You bested those that would try to kill you. Truly, well done.
What is happening?
Zamta! You would dare! I spoke too soon.
What? Oh boy. Angry about the death of his brother Davrit, Zamta betrayed and killed the Sultan storming hell in what he called an act of revenge. All of a sudden, within the
But he's not the one who killed your brother. But anyways.
span of a few minutes, storming hell, Saps, and Davrit were all dead. Both the Sultanate and Theria were without a leader.
But I think this will bring peace to the desert now. Because those that were the obstacle to peace have been eliminated and removed from the board. Yes, Saparada is also part of that problem. So yes, he's off the board as well. And hopefully the new leaders, they'll just live happily with each other on the island.
And the desert island was in a state of total confusion. Now, because the Sultanate didn't have a solid line of succession, there was a short power struggle that ended with the Sultanate getting completely dissolved. On day 9, the second most powerful nation in the world had fallen, and most of the Sultanate's citizens ended up fleeing. That being said, it wasn't totally the end. Some who were still loyal to the late Sultan decided to form their own militias, whose only goal was to track down Zamta and avenge the Sultan.
We are called by our divine leader to kill the dirty traitor. Mashallah.
Mashallah.
Theria, on the other hand, didn't dissolve and instead elected a new leader,
Yeah, well, it is a democracy.
player named Jofil.
Jofil! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! I'm so happy. I'm so happy. And hopefully, under your leadership, there will be peace. Hopefully. Fingers crossed.
Who was well liked and trusted in the community. Still, the people of Theria would continue to live in a state of fear, afraid they would be invaded by one of the new desert militias. Also, they would never find out why their founder Saps jumped off the Therian tower, which he did because of guilt. After he saw Davrit die, Saps believed that the Sultan would invade and destroy Theria, and he felt too ashamed knowing that he would be responsible. It was only thanks to Zamta that the invasion didn't happen.
I don't know if I said this before already, but Theria really looks beautiful. There was like this glass dome and this meeting area in the city. That place looked beautiful. Really, it looked amazing. Theria really is like an oasis in the desert, a city oasis. I really like how they built it into the desert the way they did, and really, it's a beautiful place. Very narrow streets because all the buildings are kind of huddled up together. And yeah, I really like how they planned out their city. The Sultanate's, mega project, I don't know if they completed that city. Doesn't look like it. But it would have also been amazing to see. Yeah.
The death of the Sultan sent shockwaves throughout not just the desert, but the whole world. Many nations went on lockdown, including the Akulon Empire. While they technically weren't allies, Emperor Olanilo had always admired Sultan Storming Hell's strong authoritarian leadership.
Yeah, I mean, like for like. They were both dictators of their own nations. Total authoritarianism. Being the government of the day. So yeah.
So after the lockdown, Olanilo sent his diplomats to the desert to offer support to the Sultanate militias. At the same time, on the Plains Island, Drip Chicken of Los Pollos Hermanos was watching the desert from afar, and he was worried about these rumored desert militias. Because Drip Chicken was from the desert, he was able to educate his customers in Plains about the politics of the desert, and after Saps' death, he encouraged Sidefall to send diplomats to Theria quickly, and Sidefall did just that. On day 9, Theria officially joined Seth and all the Plains nations in the refugee state contract, and what originally started as a simple refugee agreement between Seth and Sidefall had now turned into a worldwide alliance called the Alliance of Democratic Nations.
Wow. That's nice. Write that down here. So it's the ADN, the Alliance of Democratic Nations, the ADN. Nice.
Or put simply, the Allies.
Oh. Oh, okay. If you want to be predictable, I guess. The Alliance. Sounds like something from World of Warcraft. You know? The Alliance or the Allies. Yeah, yeah. I would have chosen ADN. That sounds cool.
As the people of the Aculon Empire continued their daily routines, the highest-ranking officials of the Empire gathered to discuss the new existential dilemma they were now facing. The Aculon Empire had always been the most powerful nation in the world, and it still technically is, but when adding together the populations of all the states in the Democratic Nations Alliance, it is the Allies that have more people overall. This made Aculon officials extremely worried. They saw this as the first legitimate threat to the regime. Alanulo agreed with this view, but at the moment, his attention was on another problem entirely, the problem known as A Freakin' Turkey.
Yep.
A Freakin' Turkey's rise to popularity had always bothered Alanulo, but now this conflict was at an absolute breaking point because yesterday, one of Alanulo's spies caught A Freakin' Turkey helping Snow citizens flee the Empire. Fleeing or defecting was strictly against Aculon law. Alanulo's spy also saw A Freakin' Turkey hanging out with not just Sidefall, but nearly all the major Plains leaders, which made Alanulo think, is A Freakin' Turkey planning something? Is he secretly working with the Allies?
And since the two principals are not talking to each other, of course Alanulo is going to have these thoughts. Of course he's going to jump to conclusions because no one is talking to him. And in particular, A Freakin' Turkey. So if A Freakin' Turkey is still loyal to the kingdom or to the empire, and he is simply representing the Aculon Empire in global affairs, he should have had the authority and the recognition from the emperor himself, saying that yes, you can go out there and be the ambassador of the Aculon Empire. But because that was never discussed, and because Alanulo is none the wiser on what A Freakin' Turkey is doing with all of these important leaders from all the other nations, he sees that as a threat. He has alarm bells ringing in his head, thinking that A Freakin' Turkey is going to come with the Alliance of Democratic Nations to overthrow his kingdom. Someone has to die. I've said this before. Someone has to die. Who is it going to be? A Freakin' Turkey or Alanulo? Who's going to die?
Is he about to orchestrate a full-scale revolution or an invasion of the Aculon Empire? These were all questions that Alanulo was wrestling with, and the more he thought about it, the more he convinced himself that A Freakin' Turkey was probably committing some sort of treason and needed to be stopped. Yesterday, a freaking turkey had reached out to Alanulo for a meeting, and today, Alanulo accepted this request, but with a few conditions. 1, this meeting takes place at the Aculon Castle. 2, Turkey comes alone. And 3, the meeting takes place not today, but tomorrow, because Alanulo needed some extra time for his builders to finish a certain project located on the top of the Aculon Castle. Nobody
What is that? Why would he build that?
Nobody knew why or what the strange-looking tower was, but Alanulo insisted it be completed by the time Turkey shows up.
You know, Turkey, that this is a trap, right? This is a trap. You're not supposed to come here with your retinue. You must come here alone. It's a trap. But you are loyal, right? So you will come. You must.
Tomorrow is certainly going to be interesting, so make sure everyone's ready.
Lastly, later in the day, Alanulo sent diplomats to establish alliances with both the desert militias and with the sea people in the jungle. Alanulo appreciated the sea people's value of order, and he promised that he will help them stop the chaos in the jungle and help them catch their #1 most wanted criminal, Wazuk. The sea people accepted this alliance, but they ended up not needing Aculon's help because late into day 9, Wazuk decided to turn himself in. He's about to be executed. A guilty conscience, perhaps.
It's a nice tree. Really, I think this has got to be the most beautiful structure in this experiment. In the rich and poor experiment, it was Ashen Bastion. But in this experiment, definitely it's this tree building. It's amazing. Really. Yeah. It's beautiful. It reminds me of the codename Kids Next Door tree house, and also the Avatar movie. That giant tree where all the... What do they call them again? I forgot the name of the blue people. But you know, their home, yeah. It reminds me of it so much. It's beautiful.
All right, Wazuk, I understand you have a prepared statement.
Oh, wow. They're just standing on that green, you know, floor, if you want to call it that. Yeah, that's amazing. And it's wavy. I think it's all leaves, right? Yeah.
You may now read your final words.
Yes, thank you. Hello everyone, it's your old friend Wazok. In the beginning, I wanted to rule the world. But I've made some bad decisions. And now, it's my time to go.
You killed innocents. Not making speech.
If there's one thing I've learned, is that time can never be your trusted friend.
Yeah. Oh, I think it's that.
Good luck, Wazok. You contributed in your own way. And yeah, see you in the next life.
Long live the jungle.
Long live.
After deciding that being a criminal in hiding isn't how he wanted to live, Wazuk instead chose to face his inevitable death on his own terms, and by doing so, he gave the jungle one last moment of unity.
Anyone else jumping?
The conflict between the two major jungle tribes was still unresolved, especially now that they were in opposing alliances, but for this brief moment, there was peace in the jungle. Well, that was fun. Everyone's coming down the tree now.
They should have built like a... Well, if they were united on the jungle island, they should have made like a tree city. You know, just build a lot of these tree structures and make like a tree city. It would have been amazing. And it'd be connected with bridges. Amazing. It would have been so unique, eye-catching, eye-popping. You know, it would have been an amazing, beautiful city to witness as a traveler coming over from either desert or plains or snow to see a city made out of trees. Yeah. But
most nations around the world took the end of Day 9 to rest and reflect on how far they've come. For example, the Jungle's Blue Cross tribe celebrated becoming international, with at least one charity location on each island. Meanwhile, in the desert, the two Sultanate militias held a funeral for the late Sultan, where they vowed to get revenge and chanted death to Theria, after which they proceeded to finish building the Sultan's holy city.
Wow, the holy city. Oh, it's amazing.
In his honor. Theria,
well, it even has walls. Jeez, it's a huge complex.
On the other hand, expanded its reach into the arts and became the first civilization to develop music.
Oh, wow.
Oh. Lastly, on the Plains Island, businesses were booming and civilizations were thriving. On Day 9, the Plains Island had finished the construction of the ISH, the International State Highway.
Oh, beautiful, beautiful. The ISH. Oh, wait, what is it? International State Highway, right? Oh my god, that's amazing. That is amazing.
Of the ISH, the International...
Oh, wow, guys. That is amazing. Well done to all of you in the Plains Island. Well done to all of you. Truly.
National State Highway, which made trade and transportation between the major Plains nations much faster. Overall,
how does it feel, Ish, to have an entire public works transportation network named after you? Well, in abbreviation.
all the building and architecture and player creativity in Plains was simply amazing.
Yeah, it's magical. I mean, what is that? What is that? This mountain with a purple crystal on the top and floating crystals as well. This is amazing. This is amazing. Yeah, no, I think I think the tree in the jungle island has competition. Serious competition. Yeah.
And it was all made possible by the political stability of the Plains Island.
True that.
Many in the desert and jungle and snow looked at Plains as the shining beacon that they can aspire to be like one day.
As long as you have your tyrannical rules, especially in snow, yeah, I don't know if that's ever going to happen. Who wants to go and emigrate to the Archean Empire? Who? Nobody.
As the end of the day approached, a freak in Turkey returned to the Plains Tavern after spending the day traveling around the world, visiting civilizations in the jungle, the deserts, and of course the Plains Island.
Now, why would you do all of that?
During many of his visits, he was very surprised when he found out that most people from these foreign nations not only knew about him, but admired him. This was because rumor had spread about his disobedience to Olanulo, and as a result, he had earned a worldwide reputation as the savior of refugees, the honorable rebel, the man who stood up to the emperor, and everywhere a freak in Turkey went, he was welcomed with open arms. By the way, I think he would have been perfect for that.
Yeah, I heard there was a comedy show here. You should have called me over.
When it came to the Akulon Empire, the truth was, a freak in Turkey had no intention of causing any type of uprising or revolution. In fact, he was strictly against the idea, knowing just how devastating a major war would be. But he did want change in the empire.
That's already treacherous. You want change in the empire? That's the talk of a traitor. You might say, yes, you are loyal. And yes, it does look like you are loyal. But now you are questioning how your government is run by Elanio. And you know that his authority is absolute. If you're thinking of changing that political leadership and political structure of your nation, it would mean the abdication of Elanio. And that is already the words and the thoughts of a traitor. So you are putting yourself in that position, African Turkey. You might not want to fight against your emperor, but your emperor will have to fight against you.
During his prolonged stay in Plains, he had seen what freedom and democracy look like. He had come to regret his more tyrannical actions in the early days, and he now envisioned a reformed Aculon Empire. His new dream was to bring democracy to Snow, bring freedom to the people of the Aculon Empire, and make the Snow refugees feel safe to come back home.
I might just be overly optimistic, but I think we can achieve world peace.
Okay. If African Turkey is able to convince Elanio to convert the empire from a tyrannical dictatorship into a free democracy, and then the Aculon Empire ends up joining the Allies, then world peace wouldn't just be a far-fetched idea for wishful thinkers. It would actually happen. With this massive goal in mind, African Turkey prepared for tomorrow for his big meeting with Elanio.
Day 10.
Just remember everything we talked about. We'll be watching.
Before African Turkey took off for the Snow Island, he had met with the 4 major plains leaders one last time to tell them what he hopes to achieve in his upcoming talk with Elanio. The Plains leaders were pessimistic. See, when they heard about Elanio's strict conditions for the meeting to take place, they suspected that this was going to be the meeting where Elanio removes Turkey from his second-in-command position, or worse, puts Turkey in Aculon's prison.
Prison? Exile? You guys are very sweet. You guys are very sweet. No, he has to die. He has to die. There is no imprisonment. There is no exile. He has to die.
Whatever happens today, the Plains leaders promised Turkey that he has the full support of the allied nations. Even if they can't attend the meeting, they will be watching and will do whatever they can to help him.
Yeah, they'll help you in spirit.
There we go. Turkey is now back on the Snow Island. I think he's going to the meeting right away.
Wow. What is that tower for exactly? Elanio, what is that tower for? Huh.
This is weird. Turkey's been at the castle for like a few minutes now, and Elanio's nowhere to be seen. Oh, he's right here. He's on his way.
You don't live in your own castle, Elanio? Interesting.
Here we go. Everyone's here now. I think everyone's here now. Knights come to the castle. Wow, I think these are all the high-ranking officials of Aculon. They're all...
So what, it's the governors, the dukes?
All here.
Hear ye, hear ye. All barons.
Oh, barons. Sorry, yes, barons, and then lower to them is the dukes.
Duke Turkey and fellow knights have now come together to speak with Emperor Elanulo. Elanulo, would you please start the conversation?
Wait. Turkey, hold up. So before we begin, sorry to interrupt. I have a special thing I want to do real quick.
Wait.
Here.
Drew, not yet. I want to do something first. Turkey, can you sit on the throne for a second?
Why? That is your seat, Emperor. Why would you want if you can take it to sit on it?
Why?
Just do it.
Okay. What are we doing?
What is happening?
Can I trust you, Turkey?
The music.
Yeah?
You like
What?
this, right? Sitting on the throne?
You put me on here. I don't know what you're talking about.
In front of all these people?
What are you getting on about?
I know that you've colluded with the Plains Alliance. And I know that you want to take over this nation. Take this throne for yourself.
Whoa. What?
There's nothing you can do at this point to convince me that you're not plotting a revolution against me. I caught you red-handed.
No! Elanulo! Yes, I've talked with Plains. I've also talked with Desert and Jungle. I am a diplomat. And I'll tell you this, all those people that I talked with will become our allies the moment we turn this place into an actual democracy.
Why are you secretly leading people off my island?
Oh, man.
Because they thought you were going to kill them. And to be honest, so did I. So that's the point of this meeting. You want to get rid of me? You know what? How about I just leave, and you won't have to deal with me again?
No, African Turkey, I'm afraid that's not enough. We demand your blood.
I'm just gonna go, okay?
Yeah, and then you'll come back with an army.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Turkey.
Have that under your chair? That is crazy. The turkey is cooked.
Wow.
Captain Magma, Turkey, my beloved. Oh my gosh. Captain, it's good to see you. It's good to see you. Turkey, my beloved.
Oh! Wait,
Oh, it's the Purge. All those that supported African Turkey.
Killing Turkey's supporters!
Wait, what? Why are you guys still living in the Aquilon Empire? You should have also left if you were supporting African Turkey. Oh well.
They're hunting down his supporters as well! This is crazy. Like that, there was a purge on the Snow Island, and many of Turkey's supporters were killed. The few who were able to escape immediately swam to the other islands to tell everyone exactly what happened.
And all of the knights started executing Bernie, Ender, Turkey. They assassinated some of the most loved members of Aquilon.
When African Turkey's death message appeared in chat, people around the world were outraged, and shortly after, the leaders of the allied nations started activating their militaries, putting them on standby.
Now it will be a united effort against the tyrannical rule of Elanulo and the Aquilon Empire.
Turkey once visited Los Pollos Hermanos. I'm giving the army chicken for 50% off to make sure they're ready for battle.
Meanwhile, Elanulo got word that the allies were preparing their armies, so he declared a full lockdown, reached out to his own allies, and called them to the Aculon castle to be ready in case the allies declare war. And sure enough, when the Plains leaders talked with Theria and Seth, the vote was unanimous. On day 10, the Alliance of Democratic Nations officially declared war on the Aculon Empire.
Cry havoc and let loose the dogs of war.
Well, I say I wish you luck and great success. Hopefully we all see some of you tomorrow to sign the constitution of the new Aculon Republic. The new Aculon Republic that we all dream about having. Thank you. Thank you all.
This isn't about us. This isn't about our lives. It's about getting justice for Turkey and ridding the world of tyranny.
All the allied nations met up at the
Hey, Zumta.
Center Island so they could attack the Snow Island together.
Today, we fight for revenge. We fight for freedom.
It's not, it's epic, right? But I think the rich and poor experiment had it better. You know, everybody coalescing and uniting at the Colosseum. Yeah, that was just amazing. But this is also good, yeah.
But little did the allies know, Elanulo had set a trap. The Aculon builders had taken inspiration from history and created what they called the Iron Torch.
Whoa.
The most advanced defensive tower in the world.
Is that lava on the roof?
Complete with dangerous height, sturdy walls, arrow slits, and lava cover.
My gosh.
This is crazy.
Okay, this also has to be one of the best builds in the experiment. Definitely. Wow.
They're here.
Charge!
Time can never be your trusted friend or your sworn ally. No, it's the harshest mistress of all. And life is just a chain of moments spent, 1,000 hellos and goodbyes. Maybe a love like ours can lead out its call.
Oh my gosh. Zobda. They're building a tree to scale up to the top. Wow, okay. Yeah, because inside it looked like it was extremely difficult to climb up all the way to the top.
They're dropping lava on them!
Oh, wow.
What's happening now?
This is crazy. I would say this is even more difficult than scaling a volcano all the way to Ashen Bastion. This looks even more complicated and difficult to, you know, accomplish. Oh. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. No one to save you now.
Elangelo died?
What?
Elangelo died! Yes!
Soon after Olanulo died, the Aculon Empire officially surrendered.
Wait, Aculon's officials say they surrendered? Still kill them.
But even though Aculon surrendered...
What? No, don't do that, guys. Don't take more than honor demands. You have defeated the tyrannical ruler. They are directionless. They are weak. They have surrendered. Why kill them?
The Allies didn't stop fighting. No mercy, no mercy. They're all saying no.
Oh my gosh.
No mercy. Like that, there was a purge on the Snow Island. But this time, it was the supporters of Turkey doing the killing. This is just an absolute slaughter fest.
So it's revenge then.
After a while, the Allies had completely taken over the Iron Torch, and all the Aculon forces had either been killed or had fled the island and gone into hiding. And with that, the Alliance of Democratic Nations had defeated the Aculon Empire. It was only when the war ended and the clouds parted that the Allies were finally able to reflect on what they had done. They had succeeded, but they had also shown no mercy. When their enemies surrendered, they continued to be ruthless and thirsty for blood. It was as if they had become their enemy.
Well, yeah, you did.
As the Allies each safely returned to their homes, now with a clear mind, many of them felt regret. Neither side was completely innocent, and the war was complicated. But at least it was over, and the Allies had won. Over the next few days, the people of Plains, Theria, Seth, and a few smaller nations created a world alliance with a massive...
Wow. Look at that.
Parliament building on the center island, where world leaders met to discuss the affairs of their nations, and most importantly, to keep the peace.
I like the color-coded map. Color-coded carpet, I should say, on the floor there in the center of this parliament building. Yeah, this is beautiful. This is beautiful.
And the first order of business was pardoning the few living players who fought for Aculon so they didn't have to live in hiding. Meanwhile, the snow refugees were able to move back to the snow island and create the new Aculon Republic, putting...
Wow. Led by who? Let me write it down here. It's Ender, okay? So it's the Aculon Republic. Wait, let me just go back a bit, guys.
Pardoning the few living players who fought for Aculon so they didn't have to live in hiding. Meanwhile, the snow refugees were able to move back to the snow island and create the new Aculon Republic, putting democracy in snow. They also tore down the remains of the Iron Torch and put in its place a graveyard honoring all who died in the Battle of Aculon. And overlooking the graveyard was the man, or turkey, who inspired them all.
Oh, that is nice.
And so, the jungle went back to hosting comedy shows, the desert went back to pursuing the arts, and Drift Chicken went back to running Los Pollos Hermanos. After all that happened throughout the days, things were finally settling down. For many players, the newfound peace allowed for new stories to begin. But for us, it's a good place to end.
Wow, that was good. That was really good. I like that. I really did like that. Ish, well done. Well done. Yet again, you have produced such amazing Minecraft content with all of these players, all 1,003. Yeah, 1,003 players. Well done to all of you. Truly, well done to all of you. Ish and his angels have given us amazing content on Minecraft, amazing entertainment. Thank you. Thank you to all of you. Yes, guys, that's it. With 1,000 players, build massive civilization in Minecraft. Yeah, this was good. You know, it had a different feel to it compared to Rich and Poor. You know, totally different. Like the storylines were totally different. Everything was just totally different in terms of the islands and the structure and the political, structures and the nations that were built up. Totally different, and I like that. I like the fact that it's not that it doesn't have any sort of echoes, from massive build massive civilization to Rich and Poor. Like there is no echo. They are just totally different storylines, and I loved it. I loved this build massive civilization in Minecraft. It was good. All 4 islands had their own unique stories, and eventually all of their stories started to intertwine with each other. And Island 5 was also just like an anchor point that, made sure that all of these islands would be connected in one way or another. Through conflict or through diplomacy, they would all know each other. They would all experience a bit from each other. And that's what I like to see there. The fact that people, or should I say the leaders of the different nations, would seek out support or diplomacy with other nations from other islands. Especially when it came to the authoritarian rule nations like Aquilon and the Sultanate. They saw potential partnerships in each other. When you think about the Plains republics or democracies, making allies with the jungle, and of course also with Theria, it just showed that there is an international effort to communicate with each other, to connect with each other, and work with each other, whether they're on the side of tyranny or whether they're on the side of democracy and freedom. They were all working with each other in one way or another. And yeah, the stories were all unique. The stories in terms of snow, the Snow Island, in terms of the Aquilon Empire, and the stories pertaining to the desert were one of the most exciting. Truly, it was exciting. Also, what was happening in the plains as well as the jungle was also interesting to hear about. But the most exciting ones, definitely, it has to be from the snow and the desert islands. The downfall of the Aquilon Empire was very slow. It just shows the type of control and success Elanilo, along with African Turkey, did for the Aquilon Empire. They made sure that this empire would stand the test of time, and it did, up until day 10. It's impressive. And Elanilo was able to be the leader of his people until day 10. Yes, he had a wedge or a problem with African Turkey, but these two really made sure that their empire would last a very long time. They achieved something that no other island could do. They united the entire island under one banner, under one king, and that was Elanilo. And also what happened in terms of the Sultanate and his tyranny, and the way people were being diverted from their responsibilities to build the holy city. It also drove a wedge between him and his closest protectors, and that was David, right? David. And David, in his mind, he thought that this plan of luring the Sultanate's main force out from the city would be a good idea, and it was. It's just that he did not account for the Sultanate himself leaving. He also did not account for his brother, which was unfortunate for him. But yeah, he set the motion for his brother, what's his name again, Zombat, to take revenge in the end. So yeah, the Sultanate also had a very exciting life, if I can say that, until he died. I think it was on day 8, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, also Saparada died due to guilt, but he led a very beautiful nation, Theria. It's unfortunate that he did not trust his people enough to, bring them into his confidence. Because what he decided on making this plan with David from the Sultanate, it is concerning national security, not just his own personal, ambition to take out a threat to Theria, but this would also involve everybody else in Theria, and thus it would need the decision of his cabinet if they all agree that we should take this path in trying to assassinate, the leader of the sorry guys, I forgot of the Sultanate. Yes, of the Sultanate. It needed the attention, and it needed the support of everybody there, so that if the worst should come, the responsibility will be on everybody, because everybody has decided that yes, we want to assassinate the Sultanate. But at least he killed himself. It doesn't absolve him, but at least he killed himself. and his people are also safe under the leadership of Jofil. I'm very happy to see that Jofil replaced Saparada as the leader of Theria. And yeah, you know, the Aquilan Empire turning into the Aquilan Republic is a good thing. And it was good to see that they built an international building for diplomacy on the 5th island. I'm very happy to see that. And it's a beautiful, beautiful building. At first I thought, you know, or should I say, I wished that it would be the Blue Cross that would, you know, perform that duty of creating a building for international diplomacy. But it's the nations themselves that contributed in the construction of this building. And it's amazing. It's beautiful. They did a good job. Yeah. This was nice. This was amazing. I like the music selection. There's some tunes or soundtracks there that I'm gonna want to get as soon as possible. Thank you, Ish, for putting those soundtracks in the video, especially the one at the end with the trumpets. Yeah, that was beautiful. I like that one. Yeah, I'm gonna get some of this music as well. And yeah, guys, that's it. Thanks to all those who suggested that I should react to this video. There's a lot of you guys. You know who you are. Thank you. Thank you very much for the request. This was really, really entertaining. And yeah, Ish, good job. Keep it up. Truly, keep it up. And all those who participate in these experiments, keep it up. Thank you. All right, that's it. Remember, if you want to check out the original video as well as Ish's YouTube channel, the links are going to be in the description below. If you like my reaction, give it a like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. Click on the notification bell if you want to be up to date with my latest videos. And I'll see you guys next time. Okay? Bye-bye.